Hi everyone, I am Grace, the founder of Honest Bellies, and welcome to the live. Today I'd like to discuss with you about a topic which is whether it's possible to heal diastasis recti naturally. For the people who don't know me, let me just share a little bit about my background. So right now I am second time pregnant, 31 weeks. And I went through a really tough journey healing my own diastasis recti after my first child was born. I was diagnosed with over 10 finger gap on my abdominal muscles after my first pregnancy. It was horrible, and it took me over a year, but I was able to eventually bring back my abdominal muscles together to heal my own diastasis recti naturally. And the journey wasn't straightforward, and on the journey I received the different opposing opinions. For example, some doctors were advising me to consider the option of having a surgery after I am done with having kids, and when I went to different physio sessions, and none of the physios were able to tell me if I would be able to cure diastasis recti naturally. They were just advising me to do certain exercises, but the result nobody knew, and nobody had the confidence either. But back to myself, I was able to heal it naturally because I was really persistent, and I put a lot of effort as well. I was also keeping extremely positive. I was willing to give a shot. Even if I could just achieve a little bit result, I would have a go, I would have a try. And the result is pretty amazing, right? I'm able to kind of completely close the gap. So my gap, before I got pregnant for the second time, my gap was done to about 1.5 fingers, which clinically was considered that the gap had been closed. And I was really happy. And right now I am second time pregnant, 31 weeks. I just measured my gap yesterday. Right now it's about 3 or 3.5 fingers wide. I'm actually going to show you another video to check the progress of my diastasis during pregnancy, and to show you how my belly looks like right now with about 3 to 3.5 finger diastasis. And this time I'm doing much better compared to my first pregnancy, because I'm doing all the right things and I have stopped doing all the wrong things that had contributed to my severe diastasis recti during my first pregnancy. So that's about me. And now let's talk about whether diastasis recti can be cured naturally. I think it's a lot of moms who have had this problem, especially the ones who are being advised to have a surgery by doctors. This might be a very difficult decision to make, whether you want to go for a surgery or whether you want to just try to do it naturally. And actually, in the doctor's world, in the medical world, majority of the doctors, based on my experience speaking to them, based on my hearing from other moms, based on all the knowledge, all the research I have done, majority of the doctors, their opinion is that diastasis recti is not curable by itself, and the surgery is the only way that would cure diastasis recti, that would close the gap of the abdominal muscles. And that's their opinion. I fully respect them, and that's probably also what they were told, and when they were doing all the learnings about the surgery for diastasis, and that's what they learned. But think about our bodies. All our bodies are natural healing machines. And this is especially the true after I've gone through such a tough experience of healing my own diastasis. I know that if you put your mental power into it, if you get fully aligned with your body and allow yourself to fully activate your body's natural healing power, it will be able to gradually, slowly, but eventually go back to normal. And the fact that a lot of people want a quick fix, I think it's quite sad, and it's actually not going to really fundamentally help you cure diastasis recti. Think about surgery. Of course, if you go through surgery, you will be able to kind of see immediate result. But let's think about what's the fundamental cause of diastasis recti. So the fundamental cause of diastasis recti is the abnormal amount and incorrect amount of internal forces within your abdomen area, right? So why we get diastasis recti during pregnancy, it's because of the internal force, because of the growing tummy, right? So it's just putting a lot of pressure on our abdominal muscles as well as on the deep connective tissue, which is the lineal band, causing the problem of diastasis recti. But let's say you've recovered afterwards, you've had surgery, but if you don't solve this fundamental problem, if you're still doing the wrong things and you're still creating the kind of pressure that will contribute to the development of diastasis recti, the problem might come back again. You might not be able to solve the problem fundamentally. That's why for surgery, and I've seen cases where moms went to surgery, their bellies look really, really nice afterwards, but after a couple of years, like 3, 4, or 5 years, the problem comes back again. They experience pain and their tummy becomes protruding again. So this happens. So I think one of my opinion here is that regardless of whether you go through surgery or not, it is important for you to start looking at your tummy, pay attention to all the life habits, to the lifestyle that you have, making sure that it's not contributing to the development of diastasis recti. That's one of my opinions. And the second time is, I want to talk about the time that requires to naturally heal something. Compared to surgery, fixing the core problem, fixing the mommy tummy requires much, much longer time. And especially if you have a bigger gap, a more severe diastasis recti, it might take you 1 year, 1.5 years, or even longer, right? But if we are able to do the things correctly, we're able to form a habit, life habit, that allow us to just little by little kill diastasis recti over time, just doing it without even noticing that you're consciously doing it, because you're already embed everything you need to do as part of your lifestyle. Believe it or not, your body will go back to normal, will go back to the old days, how it looked like. And also, a lot of moms are experiencing side problems like lower back pain, for example. Some have pelvic floor dysfunctions or hernia. If you pay attention to your day-to-day life, to your overall lifestyle, how you move and use your body, these syndromes will be much reduced as well as a result. And on the contrary, if you are keeping doing the wrong things, and even if you've had a surgery, you've resolved the problem temporarily, over the long term they may still come back, right? So that's my second point, which is you need to form a life habit that allows you to eradicate the root cause of diastasis recti and other associated problems. And the third one is believe in yourself and trust yourself, trust your body. So our bodies all have this natural healing power. If there's a problem, it's providing a signal that something is wrong. We need to kind of trust our body that it is doing the right things, and if there's something wrong, it's actually giving us a signal to prevent us to make it even worse. So we need to follow the body's warning signs and follow how the body feels, and be able to fully kind of embrace and love our body and be fully aligned with our body in terms of what it wants to do. And also start to make life habit changes, start to make the positive changes that will allow your body to feel better, to behave better, to move better, to get better nutrition, so that it will be able to nourish itself better and be able to heal more quickly. And that's the third point. Really need to embrace and love and have confidence in your own bodies. And then back to the topic whether we're able to heal diastasis recti or not naturally. And I am a firm believer that you would be able to heal or at least minimize diastasis recti and do that very naturally. It's just my case. And even if you might not be able to fully resolve the problem, you will be able to change how you feel about your tummy, change how you feel about your body. And even if you've eventually decided to go through a surgery, you are mentally fully prepared. You're aware of the pros and the cons. You've spoken to multiple doctors and you've got a really truthful opinion that you truly believe in. And you know that the surgery is not the ultimate solution. So even after the surgery, there's a long way for you to go. You need to form the right habit that allows you to maintain the health of your body, to make sure that your problem doesn't come back again. And you need to form a habit that it will allow you to even improve your health. Even though you've already gone through the surgery, it will make you feel even better and look much better going forward, because the journey of life is very long. And we're probably around our late 20s, 30s or early 40s when we have this problem, right? And there's still a long way to go. And if you form the right habit, regardless of whether you are going to or you've already had a surgery or not, your habit will benefit you for the entire life. And that's what the most important thing is. I hope you find the video really helpful, and if you like the video or if you have any comments, do please just let me know. And even if you're watching a replay, and you can leave the comments as well, because I will make sure to come back later. And also I want to share with you two things. One is that I have developed a brochure, a worksheet, which summarizes the 3 steps that I take to successfully heal diastasis recti. I've put the link below and you can just download it and work on it and apply the knowledges and kind of the tips that I teach there just to your day-to-day life, and to see if you'll start to make any difference. And that was really good information, because it summarizes a lot of what I do on a day-to-day basis, and I hope it will help you transform how your tummy looks as well, how you feel about your body as well. And the second news is that I am opening to have a free 30 minutes free consultation course, and with moms who are looking for solutions to either prevent from or to heal diastasis recti. So if you want to have this free consultation call with me, it's 30 minutes. There's a link below as well, and you can just fill out a very brief survey, provide me with some information, and then you can choose a time slot that works for you, and then we can have a chat. And again, I am Grace. I am so grateful that you're watching this video. I really hope that you find the video helpful, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye for now.